What's going on, everybody? It's Jay, aka It's Ghost Story, back with another Phantom Parade news video. And today, we're covering the new URAUME news. We got URAUME and Phantom Parade. And it's kind of funny because I made that news video previously on my channel, talking about how there's going to probably be a new potential URAUME unit coming or something involving URAUME because of the new Frost effect being added to the game, basically being Sukuna and Yuji being resistant to it. And no surprise, quickly afterwards we got URAUME as a playable unit. I'm wondering how everybody else feels about this, because since we've been getting so much culling games related content, we went back to Shibuya. Personally, I wouldn't mind if we went like Shibuya culling game, just have it go back and forth. Also, this is a pickup gacha, so that means inevitably in the very, very far future, URAUME will be on standard banner. Very, very far in the future. But let's take a good old gander at the unit, because we're not going to do a very basic reaction. We're going to lower it. I'm not sure how loud it'll be. We're going to do a very basic reaction first, and then we're going to do our in-depth analysis, because I don't really like the type of content format where you just kind of just do like the oh my gosh reaction and then just not try to analyze the content at hand. And URAUME is a Jujutsu yellow debuffer, and I like that. I like that a little bit, not a lot of it, just a little bit, because I'm gonna alt tab over to Phantom Parade, and URAUME is in a very, I would say, weird bunch, because I'm gonna apply the same argumentation that I would apply to this Sukuna when he was coming out, 0.2 Gojo as well, and Rapid Escape Megami. I believe that all those lines of argumentation that I used, where is URAUME even going to be really necessary if all of the pre-existing hard content in the game can be beaten with units that already exist in standard banner, like Yaga and Degami, especially because they fulfill the debuffer niche so well. I just don't know, right? If I could justify, again, this is like a very, 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 very early first impression, but you guys already know, man, you can clear hard sweep compiling these two together with Shoko and Sukuna or Annie Yuji, first Annie Yuji, well, global half Annie, I'm just being real specific. You can clear hard sweep, you can clear floor 90 with an amalgamation of standard banner units plus Shoko. You got to really think to yourself, URAUME's in a very weird spot. But I also, first and foremost, the unit art is phenomenal. Chef's kiss. We have been on a roll of just great unit art. And I will say, well, let's just kind of go and let's do a slower, half speed, take a gander at the gameplay. Because I did also kind of translate the skill. We use Google Translate for it. I'm not exactly a JP mastermind. So first and foremost, we notice just flat out that there is debuff oriented skills, and URAUME has a special passive on the skill 3, and we can also see that same passive right here at the bottom. Now for this skill right here that takes 20 CE, it has the type 3 debuff. Now if you don't know what the type 3 debuff is, it is the same unique style debuff that our boy Principal Yaga has, which is one of, I would say, the rarer debuffs, especially because it's mainly for the meta, the really meta debuffers. So Yaga has this style of debuff. Who else? Blue Ghetto as well. Where is he? I got him to A1 with a shard, and now I cannot find him. I also maxed out his SP. Where is Ghetto? Okay, he went really high. But Ghetto also has this as well. So does Blue Inumaki as well. So that is, listen, those are all some pretty heavy hitter units that I just named, okay? And on top of that, from the little translation I got from the skill, it's a change skill from what I can get. It applies continuous freeze damage as well, so this is also going to be a dot unit. And when you use said skill, it increases your freeze enhancement level, and it looks like the max amount of freeze enhancement that URAUME can gain can be up to 20, which is pretty interesting. It says total of 2 hits in row. Now, I'm wondering if it means it's a change state where you can hit multiple enemies and not just one. But again, I'm going off like a very rough Google translation. So we'll actually see when the unit comes out, because obviously they don't show the fullest extent of units kits in these little previews. They just show like 3 basic things and just keep it pushing. So something just to keep the hunger satiated, I guess. And then we got the skill 3, which is an AoE skill. And from what I can get from the little Google Translate, it says when frozen, skill changes to all enemies. So I'm wondering if like before you kind of get like a certain amount of your passive, it's like a single skill and then it evolves over to an AoE skill. But then it also does 6 turns of continuous freeze damage, which is a very long time for a, I guess you could say like, yeah, dot effect. I'm actually wondering, like, let's go back into Phantom Parade and let's check like other dot related characters. So for example, let's look at Blue Sakuna. Like how long like does our laceration effect last? So boom, boom. For a second, 4 turns. So 4 turn laceration. Is it the same for domain as well? For 4 turns. What about yellow Sakuna? The burn. Let's see how burn. So 2 turns. So it's very interesting. URAUME has 6 turns of dots, and also increases their break damage for 3 turns, which I also find very interesting because if you can see here, very in slow motion, but trust me, we're going to get there. I'm pretty sure this exact same effect that's on this enemy is also on Red Mahito's. Yeah. Is it the exact same? No, it's not. My bad. I'm tweaking. But it does have something in correspondence to a debuff. I can't find the exact, but the skill does increase break damage for URAUME, which I do find pretty interesting because this type of unit seems like it's in the realm of being a sub DPS for the most part. And the ultimate, from what I can see from this little mini translation I got for myself, is it attacks enemies 5 times and it also applies that continuous free damage for 6 turns. Now, again, I feel like this URAUME is going to be an absolute dot machine, and also the fact that they are debuffing while also increasing their break damage, even though the skill doesn't look the exact same. And well, you guys know my Phantom Parade's broken. I do believe that like we're getting this weird kind of unit copy and paste style. And what I mean by this is that, remember when this Yuji released, and then they also came out afterwards with Blue Ino, and Blue Ino kind of had like remnants of this Yuji's kit, right? I feel like we're also going to kind of get that with URAUME, where it's like URAUME is going to kind of have like a similar style of kit to maybe Red Mahito, but that for yellow. But that's just off like my initial impression, where we have a debuffer that also increases their break damage. Like that may seem like a very surface level analysis, but I think that would be pretty cool considering the fact, again, we have a debuffer who has type 3 debuffs, by the way, again, as I stated, and also increases break damage. Now, I am very interested to see how this unit would interact on higher tower floors. My only issue, in fact, let's go to floor 90, because when I first saw this unit, I'm like, how would this unit interact on floor 90 of all floors? And we see here, yeah, the debuff effect decrease. So realistically speaking, the only hard content, where, well, like the hardest content in the game, where you see URAUME be able to perform their best at, is 87, which is arguably the easiest tower floor from 81 to 90, in my opinion, if not the easiest. I don't even think it's really an argument. I believe it's the easiest, but hey man, different strokes for different folks. But I also imagine for sweep, same thing as I brought up beforehand, you can already clear sweep with pre-existing units in the game. So this URAUME is in like a very weird spot, in my opinion. I do like the idea of the kit. However, I don't know if yellow needs this right now. That's just my personal opinion. I don't know if it's necessary. But we also have a map event going on for JP. 2 times drop rewards, the usual. Another little trailer. So from the looks of it as well, see, my miniature translations didn't catch it, but I'm pretty sure from what I can see as well, when URAUME does their ultimate, it really does look like that the free status or the passive that URAUME has in their kit can also be applied to enemies as a form of debuff. So I believe URAUME will probably have like a unique style of debuff. This unit kind of has a lot of things going for it, and I wish we had more than like 2 30-second clips. But hey man, we will see on the JP side when JP players get their hands on this. And in the future, I mean, you guys already know. I mean, I summoned for Jogo of all characters, so I might as well just go all out and get every unit that comes out. Am I right, guys? You know, it only makes sense. So what's my first impressions of this unit? Very interesting. I'm going to be honest. I'm actually kind of excited for URAUME. W art. I already kind of expected URAUME to appear in the game, because like at this point, anytime I see like a major boss character in the story mode appear, I just automatically assume they're probably going to be a unit in the future. That's just my mindset at this point. So I wouldn't be surprised if in the very near future we get a Shibuya Kenjaku unit, especially because he did appear in the story. But if you guys want to know what's going on in Global, why don't you look at that? Yeah, that's it. That's what's going on in Global. Interesting event. I don't agree with this take. I don't agree with this, but hey man, I will be playing this. I will be making a video on this. I was kind of expecting a Kusakabe announcement to come alongside with this. But no, we got the merchandise shop promo for the dub. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section. Are you guys excited for URAUME? Do you guys think that making URAUME yellow was the right move? Do you think they're trying to replace like Degumi or Yaga? Or do you think this unit's going to stand on their own? I believe, just from looking at them, they're probably going to be like a very strong sub DPS. Very strong sub DPS. But I'm not sure how they would reflect on tower, considering that, like, again, where I would believe they could strive the best, debuffs are nerfed. And like, you know, if they're playing that sub DPS role, I mean, I don't know. I feel like seeing URAUME on floor 90 would be very interesting, alongside like maybe Sukuna or Gojo. I would love to see that. Yeah, let me know what you guys think. You're gonna summon for URAUME off the cool factor. You're gonna let it marinate, or are you gonna skip like a rational person, I guess, because they're gonna be a standard unit sometime in the future anyway. It's been Jay, aka It's a Ghost Story. Thank you for over 800 subscribers. Stay tuned today for that double upload, and I will see you guys later.